Okay, guys, the moment you guys have been waiting for. The first episode, the pilot episode of Pump's 2 Cents is officially edited and done. All I have to do is record this video and put it at the beginning of that video. I just want you guys to know that I still will be making humorous type videos, but I also want to make videos that are things that are popular in the media. This one's a little bit different. This is a little bit more about serious type topics. Like I said, it's just trial and error. I'm just dipping toes in the water as I'm walking. I hope you enjoy this. Like I said, it's just us talking. We're not taking any stances or anything like that. Episode number 2 of Pump's 2 Cents is going to be about Tekashi 6ix9ine. Even though my wife said that's stupid and not to do it, she made me this sweet grill. So, I look forward to that video too. That should be out this weekend or early next week. What I can do is show you a few snippets from that video. Tastes like crayons. Oh, Pumpashi 6ix9ine. It's bigger than Trump. How do you stop this thing? Pretty sweet, right? Treyway. All right. Let me know what you guys think about Pump's 2 Cents. Peace. Let me turn this off. There it is. Welcome to the first episode of 2 Cents with Pump. Today I have a special guest, Jay, with me.
What up? What you doing, man?
How you doing, man? How you doing? We're both good right now.
Most definitely.
I have a few questions that I'm going to ask Jay to get his perspective on a lot of stuff that's been going on in the media, social media, stuff like that. And hopefully we agree on most. Our first topic is going to be clickbait. When I say clickbait, I mean those articles that grab your attention but aren't necessarily truthful. So I'm going to give you an example of clickbait that's going on right now. There's a headline. Boy's birthday. He's at school and he owes the school $9 for lunch. He's in debt to the school. Headline is lunch taken away from boy on his birthday. That's it. So automatically you're going to be upset about that.
Oh, most definitely.
You're taking away lunch from a little child on his birthday. Now, when you take the time to read the article, what the article really says is the boy wasn't allowed to get hot lunch. So they gave him cold lunch. What these articles are doing is making it seem like schools are not feeding children. But in reality, they're not giving them hot lunch. So if you're in debt to a school, you owe the school money. They're not starving your children. They are giving them cold lunch instead of a hot lunch. Do you agree with them giving them cold lunches? Or do you feel they should get no lunch? Or do you feel they should get hot lunch no matter what they
You know
owe?
what? That's good. That's a good subject right there. In this age, a lot of people are like, oh, well, they owe money. Just don't give them no lunch. No. You got to give a kid some type of food. Because, for one, you don't know if that kid might be his only meal that he gets as lunch. So, if you take away that kid's lunch that he gets, who knows when that kid's going to eat? You know what I mean? Hell, it might be 2 days, you know what I mean, when he actually gets to eat. So, let that kid get lunch. It ain't got to be a steak wrapped in bacon.
So it could be any lunch. It could be hot,
any
cold.
lunch. It don't matter. Let that kid eat. He's not doing nothing wrong.
Right.
It's not the school's job. No, by no means necessary. It's not the school's job. But no one knows what goes behind closed doors. You know what I mean?
Right.
No one.
Now, in most cases, schools send papers home for a parent to fill out to show them their income. To see if they can
get
if they can apply for the free lunches. When I was in school, we did that. We didn't have any money, so they sent the paper home for my mom to say we don't have any money. My mom didn't fill it out, but when I was in school, you didn't pay, you didn't eat. So things have changed. Where our kids go to school, they get free lunches, free breakfasts, and I think that's great.
If it comes down, like, you know what I mean, we gotta teach our kids some type of responsibility, because a lot of these kids, they don't have no responsibility.
No.
You know what I mean?
They don't.
And just like you said, the time frame is a way, way different from me. From me, you growing up, and
Very
I'm not gonna say my age or anything because y'all don't need to know my age. You know what I'm saying? But man, we gotta get back to the basics. We gotta get back to old school. And when the kids get to 8th grade, if the parents don't want to be responsible for the kids, you know what I'm saying? Then the kids gotta get some type of responsibility.
Okay.
If they have an outstanding bill. For one, they shouldn't even have an outstanding. If their bill is like $15,
Okay.
that's just chunk change. That's just be real. Let's just pay that $15 off.
Okay.
Now, if you have a bill and that's like over years that added up to $150 or something like that, the principal and the school officials, they need to have a meeting with the parents.
Okay.
To find out what's going on. Because like I said in the beginning, no one knows what happens, what could be happening. We don't know. Instead of, you know what I'm saying, just trying to give the kids responsibility, let's bring the parents in.
Right.
And then if the parents aren't, you know what I'm saying, they ain't giving no leeway, ain't giving no act right or nothing like that, all right, let's bring the police officers, let's bring the law enforcement in, let's bring the probation officer in, let's bring the truant officer in, let's bring all these people in that's involved with the law.
To figure out the problem.
To figure out what the problem is. Because you know me, let's say, for example, say if I'm a school teacher, you know what I'm saying, and I see, I can't just go into you know what I'm saying, into this kid's house and be like, oh, well, you know what I mean, no. Let's bring the law officials in, you know what I'm saying, let's get these people in, let's see what's going on, and figure out a plan. If that kid's lunch bill is $150, all right, let's get that's not cut him off his lunch. You can't do that. You have to eat to get your strength. And as a kid, at the early ages, like between, we'll say,
this kid was about 8, 9 years old, I believe.
He needs to eat something.
Hold the parents accountable. Is where we're going to.
You have to.
But these headlines are blaming it on the schools. These schools are getting bad reputations from these headlines, making it seem like they're starving children based off of a debt owed. So the school seems like it's lose-lose for the school no matter what. So I just don't understand how you can hold these parents accountable when they're just going to continue, to take advantage of it.
They're just going to continue to take advantage of it. So what do you do?
So the school loses.
It's a win-loss situation. You know what I'm saying?
Well, how's the school win in this?
The school don't.
The school loses altogether.
The school loses altogether. Yeah,
that's what I think.
The school loses altogether. Yeah,
correct.
It's just. I hate to say this. It's just one of them subjects. It's just one of them things that the school's going to have to actually take a loss on. You know what I'm saying? They're just going to have to. They're just going to have to chalk it up and be like, you know what I mean? All right, we're going to take a loss on it because.
Okay. So the school has to lose. That's just it.
That's just all to it. You know
that's what I think is happening too. There's no way around it.
There's no ifs, buts about it. The school's just going to have to take a loss on it.
I agree. So we agree on that. The next one I have. One agree. 1 out of 5. The next topic I have is equality / selective outrage. We live in a time where everybody wants to be treated equally, whether you're male, female, black, white, anything. Everybody wants to be treated equal. Now, an article that I read the other day is Hasbro is making a new Monopoly game. In this Monopoly game, when you pass go, if you're a female player, you collect $240. If you're a male player, you only collect $200. So right off the bat,
run that by me. A female gets what?
Okay. So Hasbro that makes
makes Monopoly. Yeah.
Monopoly, the classic game Monopoly. They have created a Monopoly game that is based off of. Let me see how to put it in words. It's not based off of equality. Like I said, when you go around the board and you pass go, you collect $200. So if I'm a female and I'm playing, I bend the corner, I collect $240. When you bend the corner, you only collect $200.
Oh, hell
and
no.
that's only because I'm a female.
If you gonna collect $240, I'm gonna collect $240.
But you're not a female.
I don't give a damn.
I'm a female. So I get the $240, you only get $200.
I'll be a female that day.
So it seems like right now, do you feel people want equality? Or do you feel people, let me see how to put it. Do you feel people want something they don't deserve? Or they're not qualified for?
think with that right there, because you said if a female gets, you know what I'm saying, gets 240,
Right.
and the male gets 200.
Right. Like a lot of these businesses, when you buy a pack of popsicles, it says women-owned company on that pack of popsicles. Meaning, for the most part, from what I've seen, they normally hire all female employees. So when you want to be treated equal, you may be qualified to do a job at this company, but you're not going to be hired because you are not a female. And this could be for any type of company, but right now we're talking about equality and how this Monopoly game is working. There's no outrage over this Monopoly game. Now, picture it as if they did this the other way around. When you're a male, you cross-go, you get 240. You're a female, you only get 200. Where do you think that's going to land at with the equality?
It's gonna be a lot of people pissed off.
Do you think that's what women want? Do they want to be given something? Or do you feel they should be treated equal?
Man, you trying to get me murdered real quick.
Well, no. What
You trying to get murdered real quick, man.
What I'm saying to you is it's a touchy subject.
Very much is,
I completely agree. But equality means equal.
Right.
So why are you making a game where we're not treated equal? Why, if you're a female, you get $40 extra than a male? That's not equality. So you can't want equality, but then do stuff like this, is the point that I'm trying to make. So, do you agree with this Monopoly game, or do you think that's something wrong to do?
That's definitely wrong.
So you don't agree with that?
Disagree.
We should be treated equal no matter what.
Most definitely.
Okay, I agree with that too, and I believe my wife agrees with that too.
No, it would be different if it was they were already getting lower, but they were already equal.
Right. We were equal
like
in the first place.
why go 200? You know what I'm saying, to 240? You know what I mean? Nah,
It's
keep
not
it
like
all
real
the same
life when
price.
women are making less, but no, there was no point to change it.
Okay, so I have another controversial topic. Some of these are a bit controversial.
What?
My next topic is arming teachers. Giving teachers weapons to defend themselves with all these mass shootings going on. It's happening almost daily, where somebody is going somewhere with a firearm and killing multiple innocent people, and there's nobody there to defend themselves. Do you think, with all these school shootings going on, that teachers should be armed, or no?
Alright. Yes, I do. And
They should be armed.
yes.
Okay.
But to a certain extent.
What do you mean by that?
They have to take a test
Okay.
and everything.
Yeah, they're not just going to hand them a gun.
Okay.
They're going to be
That's where I
they're
want.
going to be qualified.
Okay, that's
They're
what
going
I
to
was
have
trying
to
to get
take
at. That's what I was
tests,
gonna get at. That's what I wanted to
safety
do.
tests. The weapon will have to be obviously secure, so there's no option for a child to get this weapon.
That's what I was going to get at.
So with
That's what I was
all
gonna
that being done, do you feel that it's the right thing to start arming teachers in classrooms?
Most definitely.
I'll give you an example. A school that had a mass shooting. There was security there. There was somebody there for the protection of the children. The shooter started shooting. The protection, from what I understand, the officer went the opposite direction. He did not try and engage with the shooter. He was no help to these children whatsoever. So you never know what's going to happen until you're in that situation.
Yeah. So
you know.
So yeah, but what I was gonna get at was, say if he was there and say, you know what I mean, everything, it's a normal day at school. He gets a call that he has to go.
Emergency call.
Emergency call.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He goes now.
There's nobody there for
There's
protection.
no one there for protection. I come into school and I got my gun. I start waving my gun. Blah 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 blah.
Right.
Now I'm waving it. Boom! I shoot a kid.
Right. An innocent child.
An innocent child. Get these teachers tested. You know what I'm saying? Make sure they're qualified to carry. And another thing, and they can't leave the premises with the weapon. It has to stay on school grounds. You know what I mean? At all times, they are not allowed to take it at home with them.
It's in a lockbox.
And it's in the lock all the time. When I was in school, we didn't have nothing to worry about.
No.
You understand? No shootings or nothing like that.
No, that wasn't happening.
There wasn't, you understand?
So you think arming teachers would decrease the amount of school shootings
I'm
that
not
are
gonna
happening?
say. I'm not gonna say it would decrease.
Well, would
it.
you think twice? If you're a shooter and you're going to a school where nobody's armed, you feel a little bit better about yourself. But then you go to a school where you know every teacher has a weapon in their classroom.
I ain't messing with that school.
You're gonna think twice.
I'm gonna think twice, most definitely.
Yeah.
If I know that every person in that school is armed, I ain't messing. No, dude.
So you would think twice.
Yo, most.
I would too, and that's something I wanted some of you guys to answer. What you thought about arming teachers, if it's a good idea or not. Me and Jay seem to think that arming teachers is a good idea. If you disagree, let us know why, so we can see where you're coming from and why you disagree with that. And before we move on to the next subject, I wanted to ask you a quick question.
Oh boy.
Are video games to blame for violence, gun violence right now?
Hell no.
That's what our president seems to think.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about our president right now.
Okay, well, I agree.
I ain't got nothing nice
I'm
to say
not
about
getting
him.
into the
And
president
now I'm
thing,
grown. Now say it.
but
I ain't got nothing nice to say about him.
a big voice, and he's saying violent video games are to blame for gun violence to the point where stores are taking down ads, advertising for games like Call of Duty and stuff like that. Do you think video games are to blame for gun violence?
No. No. Why?
What do you think is a reason for gun violence? For example, mental health, video games, problems at home, the gun laws, how it's pretty easy to get a weapon nowadays, how you're raised. What would be your thought on gun violence, of what is causing it right now? Every day you turn on the news,
every time
somebody
I'm
shot somebody.
keep this 100, mental wellness, being brought up in a stable home.
So multiple things.
Multiple things.
Okay.
A lot of things. I mean, but the one that most sticks out is the mental wellness.
I said that too. I was disagreed with. I think mental health is a huge cause for gun violence, and I could probably say the biggest cause. That's just my opinion. But, for example, video games. When I'm playing a video game and I die, my first thought isn't to go shoot somebody or kill somebody. If that's your first thought,
you better quit playing video games. You might not just need to play video games at all. If you die in the video game, you're like, well, you know what?
Yeah.
If I die in a video game, then I gotta go kill one. You just might as well just not even play video games, and you might as well go and get real help. Like, seriously, because that is absurd. That don't even make no damn bit of sense at all.
I agree.
None. And I want to mention another thing. School and bullying, the bullying. You know what I'm saying?
I do agree with that.
That brings up a lot. I've seen so many incidents, or no one talks about how this kid is going through, or what this kid was going through at school, or anything like that.
So bullying is another something that contributes.
Contribute, and you know what I mean, your surroundings.
I agree. I do think mental health is a huge cause of these shootings going on right now. Maybe I'm naive, but I can't see what other reason would cause somebody to want to take innocent lives. And I could tell you that video games are not it. You can always respawn. So our conclusion that we have come to is it's not video games. We both feel that it probably starts at home. It starts with mental health. It comes from bullying. More or less, talk to your kids. I'm not saying kids are the only ones that are doing school shootings, but it is something that's happening. Be involved.
And just most definitely be involved.
So far we've been doing really well. We've agreed on three things so far.
Woo!
So I gotta be honest, I'm a little bit surprised. So I'm happy with this. With that being said, thank you for coming on the show,
No doubt, man. We're gonna have to do this next time.
Absolutely. I appreciate it.
No doubt.